Virginie as well. And go sit next to Anna. I want to start with Gaetano. Okay? Thank you, Virginie, so that you are in the picture. And by the way, Anna and Virginie, I explained before the importance of this. So that in fact we will be watching some of your clips, videos later on. And this is just for didactic reasons. Gaetano, your impressions about the two research proposals that you had the chance to look at in terms of content, in terms of structure, in terms of performance in general.
The first one, the late graduation problem solving, is about
Laura, please listen to Gaetano now.
it's about a challenge that concerned the university, all university in Italy, and this challenge is about fuoricorsismo. In other words, is the problem with which the students are facing in terms of take a degree in a legal term that is established between 3 or 5 years. So this is about this problem. I think that is well structured and it goes deep into the problem. The second one.
I'll stop you with the first one. Do you think that the student selected an interesting topic?
Yes, it's an interesting topic because it's like a contemporary challenge for the students. In fact, in this proposal, there are data. There are referred to the last year. Especially, it's focused after the introduction of reform in 2001 in the Italian university.
Okay. Is it a she or a he?
He, Gerard.
Okay. Overall speaking, I can't remember the level that I gave this student.
Me too.
What level would you give, Gaetano?
I agree with this.
Me too.
Yes.
Okay, so the student deserved that. Obviously, and this is one question that Martina asked before, what happens when you finish writing the research proposal? Very soon, and in fact it happened with Gerard and all the previous students, I will be putting on S3 the date for the exam. But you will find an important note, and the note will say when you will have to deliver, to hand in the research proposal, which is usually a week before, so that I can have time to read the research proposals in details. Okay? So don't worry about that. So for example, if it's going to be, which is very likely, the exam, this is something that I would like to decide together with you as well. If we decide on the 20th of June, for example, I will ask that the 13th, so more or less a week before, you hand in the research proposal. This is how the student did and how all of you will do. So, getting back to Gaetano, it's going to be a B2 for you as well. What
Yes.
about the other research proposal?
The other is interesting too. It's about the street art and how street art can make beautiful again places that are abandoned. So is interesting because it's about University of Calabria. In fact, there are some peak of polyfunzionale.
Okay.
That,
Okay.
and maybe this is a bit less structured than this, but
Well structured than the other one.
than the other one.
Why? Why not? Why you believe?
This is the first one go straight and deep to the problem and gave also a interesting solution for the problem of fuoricorsismo.
Great.
Instead, this is also interesting, but maybe only from my point of view is more
Descriptive?
descriptive and
It doesn't give extra ideas?
exact.
Okay, okay. How about the part related to research design? Did they take care of this aspect as well?
Yes, both of you.
Both of them, okay. What level would you give to the second one?
Maybe B1. B1.
What did she get?
B1 plus.
B1 plus, okay, maybe there must have been a reason. Okay, thank you, Gaetano.
Thank you.
Do you think that your research proposal is going to be even better than these two?
I hope this, but
Okay.
anyway, if will be at this level, I will achieve my challenge.
Your challenge and your objective, you will be happy anyway. Thank you! I will move on to Martina. Your research proposals, the one that you have analyzed.
The research proposal that I analyzed are about the first one, App Cosenza Delivery, that I wrote by Alvaro Garcia, I think. It was about last year. And this research proposal talked about the helps that technology can give to all the citizens, also to the students, because with this app, these students want to connect better the students with the local restaurant or food shops. And I think that it could be a good idea, but on the other hand, can delete the moment.
Delay.
Delete the moment when the students, the citizen, a person move to the restaurant, so stay in the restaurant. But on the other hand, can be useful.
Okay, it can be useful, but it's negative from the social point of view.
Yes, this research proposal have a positive aspect, but also a negative risk.
How about the structure, Martina?
It's clear and short, and I prefer this rather than the other one because it's simple to understand, it's clear, but I noticed also that he missed the data in particular, because he wrote hypothesis, approach, and methodology, the data, but no deeper.
Don't forget though, and I'm sure that Vanessa told you, that this is not a research which has been already carried out. This is a
I know,
research
but
proposal.
on the other one, the data are explained more.
So the data that the person, the student, is expecting to achieve, is expecting to collect.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
And also the bibliography, it's short. We have
short.
only one.
In terms of structure, from what I can see from here, there is another mistake. Can you think of what mistake this is? what mistake I am talking about. No mistake in this one, in fact. È uguale.
Statement of the
Wait,
problem.
wait, introduction, titititita. Is it just the one text or it's a collection of paragraphs?
Only one text. We have no division in paragraph. In introduction.
Okay. But then what happens? What is the second one? Martina?
Statement of the problem, but
When
we
you-
have the
when you-
rationale.
But when you read the statement of the problem, do you read the statement right after the introduction?
No.
When do you read it? Or where did he put it?
In the rationale.
No? He put it on a... Give me the other one.
We have the introduction, rationale for the research, statement
And-
of the problem,
And...
purpose,
Uh-huh.
significance of the study,
Okay.
literature
Are
review.
you, okay, but what is peculiar about this one which is missing in the other one?
Rationale for the research.
I'm not talking about the sections. I'm talking about the way the sections have been printed
Presented.
out.
Ah, okay.
You don't got it, I believe.
Okay.
There is only one long phrase,
Paragraph?
paragraph. Instead, is useful to add more paragraph in short
Short
Phrase.
sentences.
No. Can you give it to me?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a look at this. If I just go through it,
Okay.
do you get an idea that this is a text
Okay.
or that this is a set of paragraphs, one
Ah,
after
okay.
the other and after the
Okay.
other and after
We have
the
to
other?
respect the
Absolutely.
paragraphs. Okay.
Don't forget, you don't have to write the introduction on one page and the rationale on another page and the research design. You see, only 4 lines for all these page. It's a waste
Okay.
and you don't get the idea that it is a cohesive text. So what you should have done, introduction, statement of problem down
Yes.
here.
Okay.
So don't forget. Thank you,
Okay.
Martina.
But
But
in particular, we miss also the title because statement of the problem belonged to rationale.
that's right.
Okay.
Also as well. What about the second one?
The second one talks about l'attualità, Erasmus Unical Address Book that was wrote by Sonia Cozza. Also, this is
Clear?
of the last year.
From last year.
It's more. It's also clear, but it is written in a long way.
It is written.
It is written in a long way. In this case, Sonia respected the way of writing, respecting the paragraph,
Okay.
and it's clear and talks about the importance to create an address book in order to give to international students the opportunity to know all the news, the events.
Okay.
And
Is
the
this
starts-
book an online book, an electronic?
Also online.
Yes.
And this idea starts from the point of view of scholars that says that Erasmus is a good opportunity not also to do a good journey to travel, but to do an important experience for life.
Cultural experience for life. What levels would you give to one and the second?
B1 for the first and the B1 plus for the second.
Is this what you find on the
I don't think that I'm able to give any kind of market, but
You are. You may be. Why
but
not?
I prefer the second one.
The second one.
Yes, I like the short way to explain of the first, but I prefer the second
The
one.
second one. Thank you, Martina. Anne. Haha. You are a little bit at home. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Can you tell the title?
Okay, so this research proposal address current problems in Vietnam. That is the Vietnamese labor export in Taiwan, and which is the one who wrote this, aim to find a solution for job creation. After reading this, I find this research proposal is very clear, straight to the point, tweeted a bit around the bush, which she came straight to fact and number, and she did in the literature review. She used the facts and number in Vietnam, and she does not use the theoretical
Theoretical?
sources. Yeah.
Theoretical sources.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I like the most about this is the time blend, where she detailing.
Can you show it to the others? This is an interesting aspect.
Yeah, where she detailing blend all the activity that she needs to conduct.
So in other words, the timeline is not descriptive, but it is in graphic form.
Yeah,
This is
and
good.
this is what I like the most.
All right. Are you going to adopt the same idea for your
Yeah,
research
I think
proposal?
so, because
Yes, at this point.
yeah, because I am starting here in my research proposal, and
Good,
this very
good,
helpful.
good. And this was my idea, that through other samples you could get further ideas.
Yeah.
What level would you give to your friend at this point?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a B2 plus C1 because I know she's an English tutor before she came here and studied. Yeah, so.
She has a good level. She
Yeah.
has. Okay. And I'm afraid that your presentation, this is a written presentation, but your presentation, Martina told me, is not going to be today,
Yeah.
it's going to be next week.
Yeah.
But please don't miss this out, because next week is going to be final class.
Yes.
Okay?
Of
And
course.
we also want you, Virginie. Okay? All right. So next week is going to be an incredible performance. Thank you, Anne. Laura. So.
I try to read this one,
Okay.
but for me it's very difficult to understand.
Really?
Really. This is easy.
All right.
More
Why
easy
do you
than,
think that the other one, the poet one, is more difficult in terms of terminology, language,
the
or
level of English?
the level of English? Can you give us? Can you tell us the level that this person got? B2. So you think that you are not a B2 yet? Okay, okay. Tell us about the other one, the one that you found suitable for you.
The title is It is not forbidden to grow happy. And in this research proposal, the objective is to study the effect the effect of nature on the growing child. This research proposal consists to several stages that she will briefly illustrate. Allora, this study want to show that the children attending an asylum in the forest develop many abilities as compared to children attending a normal asylum. And
Do you like this kind of topic? Apart from difficult, yes. Why?
because I agree with Federica, I think. Sì.
Okay.
Because I read a bit about literature review, and more or less I know about this study,
Okay. Good.
and is there is many good resources.
Author, sources. Okay.
About in this way of study.
All right.
The nature, I think, is very good to growing not only children but also everything.
Everybody. Laura, what level would you give to this student?
B1 plus.
A B1 plus. Yes, this was my level, but what would you give to the student? Or you think, like Martina, that you're not able to give a level?
I think yes, these are good.
B1 plus is okay. Okay. Are you expecting B1 plus for your research proposal or more?
Sorry?
Are you expecting a B1 plus for your research proposal or more? Or a higher level? B1 plus. You'll be happy. B1. Let's hope for a B1 plus. Thank you, Laura. Francesca.
Allora, allora, what? So in the first research proposal, held by Domenico Perrelli.
Don't worry about this, because otherwise, don't say last names. Say just name. Privacy.
The objective is to improve the quality life in the university for the students.
Okay.
The aim is to respecting the nature and environment, and is to recover green areas. In fact, you're chosen.
Then his choice.
Ah, sì, his choice is the
Choice, not choice.
choice is to valorize the area polyfunctionale
Alright.
because this area is abandoned.
Okay. Almost abandoned. Let's not be so negative. Kind of abandoned. Okay.
Abandoned.
What level would you give the student in terms of structure? Did you
B1.
like the structure?
The first research, the level is B1 plus.
Would you give a B1 plus as well? Was it easy for you to understand?
Yes, is a very short introduction, but the literature review is very long.
Okay. So the students studied. What about the first and the second? Which one did you like most?
The second research.
Which one did you like most between the first and the second? Which one do you prefer?
Okay. The second.
Why? Can you share with the others?
Because today more people
Want?
are worried credo,
Are worried?
about quality of food,
Alright.
and this topic is very important in actually in current.
In reality.
In reality.
Okay, okay. Is he still the person, the student, still talking about the University of Calabria or in general?
The research
Proposal?
regard the university.
The
The
university.
people in the university.
And what is he proposing? What is the proposal?
The objective is to investigate the come si chiama?
The
Abitudini.
habits?
Italian
Habits, Italian habits.
habits.
Mhm.
And
Can you, give me,
enhances.
can you give me the research proposal? The picture shows you something. What is he proposing? As if I remember correctly, what is he proposing?
The food, organic food.
Okay, for this, for the machines.
Sì,
okay,
machines,
For
sì.
this, okay.
In the university.
Okay. All right. So that university students can get to the vendor
Sì,
and find good food.
good food.
Correct?
Yes.
Yes. And you like this most?
Sì.
Level.
Level. Non lo so.
No,
I don't
your
know.
level. The level that you would give the student.
B2.
Ah.
Non lo so.
Uh-huh. Why?
Because the beautiful for me
It was
and
interesting
and regarding the
an important topic.
sì, an important
But don't forget that we also need to consider the language. Oh, but you're not, I mean, the student got a big one.
Ah,
pass.
ok.
Big
Da
one
lì tu i
pass.
voti, che mi sa che prendiamo tutti 14.
Thank you, Francesca. Virginie, what about yours?
Removing university by show.
Okay.
This research proposal aim is to resolve the problem of the student of the University of Calabria.
Calabria, okay.
Yes, the problem is the difficulties
Okay.
that the student have to shift
Okay.
that classroom to another classroom.
Ah, to move from
move,
one
yes,
location to another location, to another room, classroom.
And
What is he
we
proposing?
propose to create a public bike share
All right.
where the student can
Use,
use,
share, no,
rent,
rent,
where the student can rent a bike
right?
to move, given that the university is
Large. So, for example, from the polyfunctionality here. Uh-huh. Do you like this idea, Virgin?
Yes, because in this research proposal, he show how this method is used in other countries.
In other universities, in other
in other
campuses.
countries.
Okay.
This method protects also the environment.
That's right.
And he wants to
To protect? No?
no, he wants that this method should used in all Italy.
Universities. Oh,
No,
Italy,
in all
that,
Italy.
that would be ideal. That would be incredibly
Studying,
ideal. Yes.
studying here
Okay.
at university.
What level would you give this student?
We want
Like that,
because,
yeah. Okay.
because the English is very
Comprehensible. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Comprehensible. Thank you. Now we're moving to you. Come on. You.
Okay. The first one research proposal is called Safety Woman Found Unical. Was
It was written.
It was written by Sarah.
Okay.
This research proposal speaks of the security for women in university. They speak that there is a minimal part of security in university, and this is a general thinking in women studies.
Okay.
Study.
Women's studies. Okay.
Okay. This won't create level, height level of security with a service of 24 hours a day of security. Will be create.
What about your
won't,
opinion in terms of level? What level would you give to the student?
For the right, B1 plus this is the level that you
For the text,
for the
for
text, for
the
the
actual writing.
But for
performance.
idea is an idea, an instrumental idea in university for.
When you say instrumental, what do you mean?
That
Useful?
No, with this idea,
They instrumentalize.
The instrumental, yeah.
Yes, with this idea, it's instrumentalize the security for control university in more.
Like the closing of classrooms after 10 o'clock.
Yes.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. That is critical thinking. Yeah? That is
Yeah.
critical thinking. Okay. If you have to make a comparison, don't go deep into the second one. Don't worry, Luca.
Okay.
But if you have to make a comparison between this research proposal and the other one, which one do you like? Best.
This simple. This have a simple text, but the ideas is some.
You're kind of.
Kind of
Although
idea.
you must, we need to admit that the problem exists.
The problem exists in but in a very little mode respect of the general thing.
The general, it's a small problem
It's a
according
small
to
problem.
you. No,
for me,
so
but there is a big fear.
big fear. Yeah,
For this reason, but the reality,
it's different.
see, is don't
Women should not be anxious.
In
other
part.
words.
Yes.
In part.
In part.
In part.
The other part of critical thinking.
I know, I agree.
In part. Yeah.
and the
I think
second-
there is a misunderstanding here
Why?
because I understand that he wants to say that there is a problem, but this problem isn't facing in a good way.
Uh-huh.
Instead,
It's not faced in a good way.
yes,
through
because
the
the
research
problem
proposal.
exists.
Okay.
Obviously, the security is not is not only about women's security. It's about all students
Exactly.
at the first time.
Exactly.
First step. The second step is that I think that Luca want to say that the security on university is
Okay.
like is used in an instrumental way to the problem of security in university is used in modo strumentale, instrumentalized to justify the security guard.
More security.
Okay.
And so I agree.
And so I agree.
I agree.
I agree. You agree on this.
Yes.
Okay. So maybe maybe we should I don't know what she proposes, I can't remember. Maybe other strategies
Yes.
should be found.
Yes.
Okay.
He proposed
Other-
an app
An
for call.
an app in order to call? An app to call?
To call carabinieri.
Uh-huh. Policeman.
112 is a number simple to do.
Yeah.
Choose an app
Okay.
for call carabinieri.
To call.
To call for carabinieri.
You're not happy with this
No,
idea.
no.
It's very simple, very basic idea. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Mm.
The second
the-
is.
Don't worry,
more-
don't worry,
ah,
don't worry. Santo, and we finish with you.
Okay, so first one research speaks about the digital tourism. He starts about to speak about the tourism system and continue to analyze the data about the how many people use the have a connection to internet and there are a part of literal review where he speaks about the impact of the tourism in
Sandro,
GDP.
can you give us a comparison between the two research proposals, the topics in general?
Okay. About the structures, the second one is more complete. There are all the paragraph. There are sorry.
All sections.
All section.
All sections.
I think the most important is sorry, the methodology. Methodology. Where in the first one left, and the first one is a language is more easy. It's more understandable.
Understandable.
Understandable, but left someone thinks.
Okay. Is it? Would you say that the language is more easy, or that the language is easier?
Easy.
Easier to
Easier.
understand. Easier to understand. Okay, thank you, Sandra. I think we can stop with this. It's taking even longer than what I had expected. But I have a final question for all of you. Did you notice what is the main concern, according to you, of last year students? The main concern that they focused on. I was surprised and also pleased, to be very honest, because you can imagine that I saw different generations from year to year. Students change their interests. They move from some topics to focus on to some others. And even if we consider different degree courses, if they're majoring, for example, on business English, they will talk about business topics much more. Here they talk about a very specific topic. What kind of general umbrella did you notice that they have, that they adopted? Any idea?
I think there is a
Tendency?
there is difference from the students. I want to do other comparison. Ho notato come si dice?
I noticed.
I noticed there are a difference in the exchange students and Italian students.
International students,
Students.
foreign
For
students.
example, I have
and
a research proposed by Leonardo Smeta. I
Oh, no, no,
finished
no, no,
yesterday.
no, okay.
And the same Laura, and the language is more complete. Is
International
different.
students.
Yeah. And,
Eh,
the topics is more adapt to
A research proposal.
research proposals.
Okay, this is absolutely true in terms of performance by international students. But now I want to have you reflect on a common core related to topics. What is the common core? There is one common core. Francesca, can you read your title? Okay, this one. Please read the title in a second.
Organic food at Unical.
Can you read yours, Martina?
L'attualità Erasmus Unical Address Book, Atto
Ah.
senza delivery.
Gaetano.
The layer of graduation, problem solving.
Focused
University.
on the Unical issues.
Okay.
Yes.
That was
Ah, the
very
focus is,
interesting. They all
year.
wanted to focus on how we can improve Unical or the university context in general. Obviously, they were talking about university, but I know that student was very much concerned about the very large number of fuori corso students. Okay, students who are not able to complete their studies in due time. In due time. So this is interesting. I don't know what's going to happen this year. I want to know today. You will
Right.
tell me. You will tell me. I'm curious. But it was interesting for me to see how, from the past, that they focused on traveling, tourism, use of drugs, football, violence in football, you know, so many other things. They all focused on Unical. What does it mean? I was happy because it means that for me, and I want to see your opinion, students care. We should care a lot. Maybe now others could care less. Oh, yes, in generally speaking, we should care more. We should care a lot about our university.
But
Okay?
this kind of research proposal represent also the fact that students leave the campus.
Leave the campus, leave the experience. Okay. Thank you.
What?
Thank
Can
What?
can I do to you a question?
Can I ask a question? Yes.
What do you think about the curfew? Coprifuoco.
Ah! Oh!
Curfew.
It's not really. It's
Curfew.
not really.
Okay.
I don't understand. Martina, I asked myself, is this a joke that the students are making?
Yeah.
Or is
Okay.
it real? I hope that it's a joke. It's
Okay,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
what do you think about the control of the security
Martina, I think that
when the lesson it's over?
when lessons are over. I think you were there when I spoke with the rettore, if
Yes.
you remember, with the rector. And I told him, when I walk, sometimes I do it on purpose in order to understand, to see what happens on campus. So I walk through the bridge during, I don't want to say night, but let's say after 8 o'clock. And I see 2 or 3 students here, 2 or 3 students there, 2 or 3 students someplace else, etc. My idea is it is no good that we're locking classrooms after 10 o'clock. Not good. But the ideal would be every department in rotation offers a classroom, for example, Lise for 6 months, CLA, why not, for another 6 months, engineering another 6 months. CLA has small rooms, so maybe it's not ideal, but in rotation we have a classroom which can stay open all over the night, throughout the whole night. And all students, instead of being 2 or 3 here, and 2 or 3 here, and 2 or 3 there, they can get together in one single room. What does this mean? It means that it's a group of students, not small groups of students. Students can socialize even more. And even if we have vigilantes, for example, we don't need the vigilantes going and checking all over. Only one room. They go from time to time, they check everything is okay. Yes, goodbye. I think that I like the idea that to see a vigilantes work. In the past, it used to be like this. I remember, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Zenith room. The Zenith room was, students lived there all the time. I remember that I went there, I offered some English classes just for many professors would go there and offer classes. And from time to time they had this, Franco is his name, he still works here, not as a vigilante, but he would go there, ragazzi tutto a posto, okay, good night. That's it. So you feel that someone is caring for you, which is different from someone controlling you. See what I mean? This is my idea. But I don't know if the idea of one room in rotation from one department to another will be adopted. I don't want to say this. You need to ask for this. You as a student. Ok? Ok.
Yeah.
Mamma mia quanto tempo siamo stati. Now I'm putting this. Yeah. He what?
No, nothing.
For smoke?
No.
Okay. I'll put.